Can you zoom in and zoom out maybe a bit?
No, because I broke that the other day.
Ah, okay. Hey Leute, ja, wir haben es endlich geschafft. Wir haben es jetzt immerhin eine Dreiviertelstunde Verspätung gehabt, sind jetzt aber hier beim Mega Indie Booth und bei mir ist Loki Davison, der Entwickler von Wanda. Loki, so you did a really good job with this game, as I can see. So what gave you the idea of this game? Because it's non-combat and non-competitive.
So the main idea is this whole thing about collaborative exploration, and that came from kind of my own experiences. I used to be kind of a nomad and wanderer, so I spent a while wandering around Central Asia, like Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan, and through China, the Himalayas, Russia, and my own country, Australia, and just kind of exploring and wandering and discovering things. And when I was doing that, I really loved it when I'd be walking around somewhere and I'd meet somebody else who was traveling, and they'd say, "Oh, if I just found this frozen waterfall or something. You just go up there, it's over there, walk around this button, and then you can get to it." And that was really amazing. And when I shared stories, when I found something cool, I'd be like, "Oh, there's this cave over here," and I'd meet somebody else and tell them about it. That was really cool. And then maybe we'd go there, walk there together if they couldn't find it. Okay. And I thought, I really like playing multiplayer games. I like playing online games with other people. I like that kind of interaction in games. I like single player sometimes, but I really like that playing with other people. But the interactions lots of my games had were really pretty narrow. Like I like World of Tanks, but it's usually like, well, now we have to kill these other guys. So it's all focused on that kind of task. It's all directed towards that. And I wanted to really kind of explore other ways of interacting, like actually meeting somebody and them saying, "Oh, I just found this thing, let's go here." And also Wanda's really narrative focused. There's these stones that you find around the world and they talk to you. And they tell you some of the things that are going on in the world. And each of the different cultures in the world have different ideas about what that is. Because you realize that you're a shapeshifter. And then you realize that everybody is a shapeshifter. And so the different cultures kind of explain that differently. So imagine you went back in time 1,000 years on Earth. Each of the different places you went would explain lightning and thunder differently. So it's kind of the same here. Okay. Different cultures explain shapeshifting in different ways.
Okay. So you start at a big giant tree. That's what we see here. So why a tree? Why you choose to be a tree as the first character?
Because I'm a white European-ish sort of male, and you can play a lot of that. Most games have a character that looks sort of like one of us, slightly more, you know, beefy and muscular, but as the main playable character. So I can do that all the time. Okay, yeah. I know I can already do that. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much me. Yeah, I can do that in a game. I really wanted to explore what it's like to be different things and see how that kind of changes how you interact with the world and how you view yourself and how you view the character and how you interact. Like, do you do different things in the rainforest if you're a tree?
Okay. And but do you have a special intention? Why the tree and not like birds or cats or something like that? Some animals?
You can morph into a griffin.
Yes.
And you can morph into a sea creature. I think the amphibian is really interesting, the sea creature, because that really changes how you view the land and the sea. Because it swims really well, but it's really slow on land, similar to a crocodile.
Yeah. So how many different switches, how many different forms you can morph into?
There are 4 at the moment.
4 at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you planning to add in another one maybe later?
We've got a design for another one, so we're planning to do that at some point in the future, which is the butterfly. So that, we thought about that from the beginning, and we really like the idea of the butterfly, but we haven't done it yet. The main cool thing about the butterfly is that it would have a totally different scale, because butterflies are this big, whereas this form, the Oran, is about 6 to 8 meters tall. So the butterflies being this big would really feel different. And at the moment, when you're Okay. When you're the hero, the humanoid form, you can ride on the griffin or one of the sea creatures. But I think it would be really cool. Direct to the beach. I think it would be really cool if you were the Orin and butterflies landed on you.
Okay.
And you could walk around, and you know, a group could move like that.
And that's all other players, right?
Yeah. Okay. That would be really cool. I think it would just it would be a really interesting dynamic, and especially because again, it's about seeing the world in different ways. And if you're big, and then you look at something, and then if you're tiny and you look at something, they're kind of different things.
Beside this exploration, do you have something similar, maybe some small events, random events, some scripted events, or just say quests, maybe something like this?
So the main things are that narrative-driven stuff, the collaborative exploration. There are also kind of we've provided some ways to add other things in a sort of ways. Like there are these storms that happen occasionally, and when there are storms, you need to find shelter. If you don't find shelter, weird things happen. Not necessarily bad things, but weird things. So that's kind of a way to keep you kind of moving and keep dynamics.
How much content are you playing? How much hours of content do you plan to add until the release?
So there's about 2 hours of voice acting in there at the moment. So that's, and I'd say that's probably about, we're speeding up, getting more writing in there now that we're like, our writer has really got a lot of stuff done. And we're getting better at recording all the voice actors. The voice actors are getting more used to the characters. They're starting to get through it quicker. So I'm planning to have, really quite a lot of hours of voice acting by the end. We'd hope to be able to get like 4, 5, 6 maybe hours of voice acting in there. So really a lot of narrative. The big problem with that at the moment is that'd make it really expensive to translate. So we're kind of trading off how much content versus how expensive to localize, because we don't have any writing. It's all voice acted.
So are you the only one inventing this game, or do you have a small team, like more than just one person inventing this game?
So there's a team of us working on this one. So there's a writer and a sound designer, and we've put a lot of effort into sound design. So we spent a lot of time walking around rainforests in Australia and recording the birds, so we really wanted to have that be authentic. And we wanted a lot of fantasy games, like Western European themes. So even though you're in this magical fantasy land or something, it looks just like Western Europe. And so we wanted to have a lot of Australian different tropical kind of plants, especially Australian plants in there, to kind of show a different type of fantasy. Different look and a different feel.
Nice. Another thing is it will be released on PC via Steam and on PlayStation 4. Why not Xbox?
I'd say we're just focusing on one of the consoles to begin with. We're a small developer. There's one full-time programmer, me, and just recently another part-time programmer started. And she had a bit of a look into the Xbox version already. But really, I think we're focusing on PS4 and PC just so we can start off with a smaller set, easier for us to test. And then, if it's a big hit and we have enough money to actually keep eating and stuff like that, then we'd love to come to other platforms as well.
Can you tell us something about the hardware specs? Is it maybe? It looks really impressive. So I think I need a really awesome computer. So like the newest gen of computer technology.
It runs okay-ish on my home computer, which is quite old. Okay. You need a decent graphics card, but that's really all that matters. So, like, my home machine is a GTX 460, and the other machine we use is a R7 270X, and it runs pretty well on that. And my office machine which the main computer I play it on all the time, is a 660.
Oh, okay. So that's okay.
i5 with a 660.
Okay. So that's basically standard right now.
It's not ludicrous. I mean, if you want to run on a giant screen with all the pretties, if you want to play at 4K, you need lots of computers.
Yeah. True. Another one. When are you planning to release this game? And will it be available maybe on Steam in early access?
We're not sure about early access at the moment because we really want. We're confused about how much useful feedback we'll get from that. But I think for us, the point of early access would be to try and get feedback about what things we need to make clearer, what things are working well, all that kind of stuff. And we're not sure if that'll work well with early access or not. So at the moment, we've got a group of alpha testers, which are really great and give us a lot of really useful feedback. And that's a bit more like you can just go on our site and pay to get into that alpha. And we're releasing the first alpha of this version soon. I find that really useful because it's kind of a bit of a tighter community, and so they're a bit more. They give a bit more in-depth feedback.
Yeah, that's it for this moment. Another question will be if we can play this, but I see everyone's playing here right now, so yeah.
We can grab a machine, I think.
Okay.
I think she's been playing for a while.
Okay. So maybe we should try it and see. Ja, wir schauen uns mal jetzt mal an. Ich kann ja wieder auf Deutsch reden. Wir schauen uns das jetzt mal an, das Spiel. Und ja, gucken wir mal, was das Ganze so bringt. Ne? Okay, ich starte jetzt als Baum. Schauen wir mal.
And walk into the stones to make them talk to you. So walk into the stones to make them talk to you. You'll see there's a few stones around that are written in this interesting alphabet. Just walk into them and they'll talk to you. Okay. That's the main thing to understand in the demo.
Okay.
If you find a stone with a picture on it, it'll let you transform into a new form.
Ah, okay.
And if you hear an opera singer singing to you in the distance, walk towards them. So they give you hints. Okay. If they're singing in the world, they give you hints. So you just need the
right stick. Ah, okay. Wenn man den rechten Stick drückt, kann man zwischen Third und First Person wechseln. Und wir sollen da jetzt mal zu dem Stein hingehen. Ah, er kann auch springen. Okay, könnt jetzt leider den Sound nicht hören, aber der Sound ist eigentlich ziemlich gut. Also man hat im Hintergrund eine leichte Musik, viele Geräusche, also raschelndes Laub, Meeresrauschen und so weiter. Und jetzt erzählt mir gerade irgendjemand, irgendeine weibliche Stimme irgendwas, auf das ich jetzt natürlich nicht eingehen kann. Irgendwas mit, sie ist aufgewacht und ich bin jetzt ein Baum, also...
I've just woken up after having been asleep for what feels like a long, long time. But I don't remember falling asleep. In fact, I don't really remember much of anything at all.
Okay, also ich bin jetzt zu dem Stein gegangen, es fängt ein Dialog an. Ja, Dialog nicht, es ist eher ein Monolog. Es hört sich so ein bisschen an, als wenn die gute Frau uns erzählt, irgendwie so aus der Ego-Perspektive. Also es ist alles in der Ich-Perspektive erzählt. Und es scheint wohl so zu sein, als wenn wenn diese Frau halt der Baum wäre. Okay, jetzt höre ich irgendwas Gruseliges. Jetzt ist es weg. Mir fehlt so ein bisschen die Funktion, um zu rennen. Also das ist jetzt doch schon etwas langsam. So, hier ist der nächste Stein. Ich weiß nicht, ob da jetzt irgendwas Großartiges passiert. Es fängt wieder an, die gute Frau zu erzählen. Also es ist natürlich jetzt, ich halte das einfach jetzt mal so gedrückt. Okay, man muss natürlich sagen, es ist natürlich noch relativ frühe Version, es ist noch nicht mal Alpha. Dementsprechend kann man noch nicht wirklich viel erwarten. Aber es sieht eigentlich ganz schön aus. Also ich finde es, optisch sieht es gut aus. Ja, ich kann jetzt nach 3 Minuten noch nicht wirklich sagen, was das Spiel so kann. Oh Wunder, ein weiterer Stein mit einer Stimme. Sie wird uns wieder was erzählen wollen. Okay, das ist jetzt schon ein bisschen was anderes. Jetzt hat sich die Stimme etwas verändert. Etwas mehr Hall und irgendwie so ein bisschen weiter weg. Also die Soundkulisse ist natürlich relativ nice. Ah, okay, man kann doch schneller laufen. Man muss den linken Stick nach vorne zum Laufen, zum Gehen, und wenn man es gedrückt hat, läuft man. So, ich versuche jetzt mal irgendwie noch, ich würde jetzt gerne mal irgendeinen so einen Stein finden. Er hatte mir gerade erzählt, dass es noch einen zweiten Stein gibt, an dem man shapeshiften kann. Ich würde natürlich jetzt gerne noch mal den Shapeshift-Stein finden, aber ich habe einfach keine Ahnung, wo der sein soll. Oh, da vorne, das sieht gut aus, das ist mal was Neues. Das ist einer dieser Morph-Steine, so sieht das Ganze aus. Jetzt weiß ich nur nicht, wie ich da hinkomme. Muss ich da hoch? Ah! Ich bin jetzt ein Greif geworden. Das gibt wohl irgendwie an diesen Portalen. Kann man sich wohl mal zu Greifen verwandeln, und jetzt versuche ich mal ein bisschen rumzufliegen. Ich würde euch gerne jetzt die Steuerung erklären, aber es gibt keine. How do I control this? Ah, okay. Ah, okay. Ah, okay. So, also wie ihr seht, nutzt dieses Spiel den 6-Achsen-Controller der PlayStation aus. Ah, okay. Er hat es gerade mal neu kalibriert, und ihr seht, wie wir jetzt spielen können. Schön mit dem Controller. Can you zoom in and zoom out maybe a bit?
No, because I broke that the other day.
Ah, okay.
And I'd really like to fix it.
Okay.
But I've been kind of busy with the getting to Germany.
Ah, okay, no problem.
I was at the office at about 4 a.m. in Australia, and my flight I had to get to the airport at 7 a.m. and then I had to fly for 36 hours. So I was like, oh crap, I really need to get out of there. I'm like, I'm gonna fix that at some point in the future, but not now. I need to get on this plane. So yeah, sorry. I did previously have that.
Okay.
But then I broke it.
Also er hatte schon drin, dass man ein bisschen rein und rauszoomen konnte. Er hat es leider kaputt gemacht und hat es nicht mehr geschafft zu fixen, bevor er nach Deutschland kam. Okay, probieren wir es mal aus. Also, ich nehme das Ding jetzt mal in die Hand, und jetzt... Also es fühlt sich so ein bisschen an, als wenn die Steuerung nach oben hin sensibler wäre als nach unten. Also ich halte das Ding jetzt senkrecht, und wir fliegen so einen leichten Sturzflug. Links, rechts ist so, ja, ne, läuft irgendwie. Also... So, ja, das ist jetzt also Wanda. Da fängt es ein bisschen an zu ruckeln. Da kommt die PlayStation an ihre Grenzen. Okay, ich werde nochmal nach da unten fliegen. Das sieht nämlich so aus, als wenn wir dann die Wasserform ja, aktivieren könnten. Fehlanzeige, es war doch nur wieder einer der ja, Monologsteine. So we took a first look into this game. It's really cool, especially the sound, because if you from the stones, if you turn around, it depends on which side you hear them. And
we put a lot of effort into 3D audio. We care a lot about making the sound good.
Okay.
That's like all of our music is from none of it's from synths, none of it's from samples, all of it's live performed by musicians.
Okay.
So we've had some really amazing musicians work on Wanda. We've got 4 different opera singers, and a really amazing like harp player and marimba player and all those kind of things.
Yeah, the sound is really amazing. The graphic also looks good, and maybe you can fix the zoom in near future. Nah, it's good. So, thank you for the interview. Yeah, hope we will hear a lot of good news from Wanda in the future. And then, thank you for the moment. Have a nice day. Ja, das war Wanda. Mein abschließendes Fazit, ja, also im Moment gibt es bisher einen Baum und einen Greif, mit dem man rumfliegen kann. der Sound ist wirklich gut, die Grafik sieht auch nicht schlecht aus, aber so ein bisschen der Funktionsumfang, der fehlt mir noch ein bisschen. Also er sagte, es wird halt nur auf Exploration gehen. Wenn man es mag, natürlich schön und gut. Allerdings so ein bisschen fehlt einem noch der Anreiz, ein bisschen was zu spielen. Wem es gefällt, ihr könnt es euch gerne angucken und ja, das war's dann von mir und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Stand wieder. Bis dann, tschüss!
I'm all alone, but I don't think it was always this way. Maybe if I explore more of this place, I'll find others like me.